Welcome back to the auditorium, ladies and gentlemen. Please join us in welcoming our guests for today. We have with us our guest of honor, Mr. Ong Peng Shin, the chairman of Invocom Investment Private Limited.
We would also like to extend a warm welcome to Professor Pan So Chien, Dean of College of Engineering.
Chairs from the various schools, invited guests, and the students in the audience.
A very good afternoon.
I'm Michael, Year 4 student from the School of Civil and Environmental Engineering.
And I'm Lucinda, Year 2 student from the School of Computer Engineering.
On behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to welcome you to the College of Engineering Freshman Orientation Academic Year 2009-2010.
In this hours-and-a-half program, we will be sharing with you a host of important and essential information that will ensure your survival in your next few years here at NTU.
Wow, you sounded so serious, Lucinda. What information are you referring to, actually?
Well, the information that we will be presenting here today will help them make a smooth transition to university life and make the most of their time here.
Wow, that is indeed an important information. Now, without further delay, ladies and gentlemen, let us put our hands together for Professor Pan So Chien, Dean of College of Engineering, to give the welcome address.
Professor Pan, please.
Our distinguished guest speaker, Mr. Ong Peng Shin, my colleagues from Nanyang Engineering, and very good afternoon to our class of 2013. That's you. Very warm welcome to you. Very good afternoon. Welcome to be members of Nanyang Engineering communities, a term that we've been using since last year to symbolize that there are 6 engineering schools in the College of Engineering that together we form Nanyang Engineering. I have met quite a couple of you outside when I was walking around, so let me welcome you again, although I met you in smaller groups. This is a large group. This is obviously a special day, as what President told you in the morning, and our speakers, Professor Chu in the morning said so. It's a day, your day, that's full of joys and pride. We should be joyful because this is the time that you realize the dreams for coming to university educations. Let me ask you first, before I continue, how many of you have come with a dream? How about those upstairs? Yes, very good. But we can have more dreams, so we're going to change College of Engineering to something called DreamWorks. In the next 4 years, we'll be together creating more dreams and future. So besides being joyful, we should be proud because you just joined today when you took the pledge of students to NTU, that you are now a member of family, one of the largest and the best engineering college in the world. There are 6 engineering schools full of different disciplines that you can explore throughout the 4 years that you have on campus. In this same auditorium last week, that we graduated about 4,000 engineering students. They came approximately 4 years ago. So today we are proud that we are meeting 3,000 some undergraduate students because we do have graduate students in our family who are doing master and PhD degrees. So for those of you who are new to NTU, that our size is our strength, that we have 12,000 undergraduates. Yes, 12,000 undergraduates. So you're one of the 12,000 members of our family, together with 4,000 graduate students in the college. Together, we have 16,000 strong. We are much bigger than many university or college in the world. So we share your joy and pride because the achievements that you have shown us, that you accomplished, the tasks that were put to you during the high school studies, the A-level studies, and the JC studies. And that was part of the reason that we have chosen you to be part of Nanyang Engineering. And we are proud that you have made an excellent decision by choosing Nanyang Engineering, coming to College of Engineering. It is a world-class leading university with a super strong science and engineering community. We said NTU is the Science and Technology University of Singapore. We have advanced research, very detailed technical developments in different schools. We pride our education qualities that we hope to build further on the foundations that you have built in your JC study, A-levels, and high schools. Coming from very far distance, India, Middle East, or I talked to some from Xinjiang, which is not a very easy place to come these days. So we appreciate this opportunity to have you on campus and allow us together to form a family that we can help and work together with you to grow into a well-educated leaders for tomorrow. Our goal is that our students, when they finish their education with Nanyang Engineering, they develop their career into leaders of future industry. It has been always said, and we know, the best way to learn is to learn from the best. And Nanyang Engineering is the best. They will strive to give you the best and to bring out the best in you. So let me quote one example. What do we mean by being the best? That all our engineering degree programs are accredited by something called Washington Accord. For those of you still in the school, that Washington Accord, or WA, may not mean a lot. But when you graduate, walking into the professional life, we'll begin to see the difference. What does that mean? That means all our degree programs in the College of Engineering are accredited as the best around the world. Armed with this degree, you are qualified to practice with any countries who have signed the Washington Accord. And those are the countries, just to name a few, that we have: Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, United States, United Kingdom, Canada, and so on and so forth. So your absolute mobility with a qualified professional degrees that Nanyang Engineering is going to give to you, there is no limit as to where you can practice. It's only limited by where we wish, or you wish, that you yourself and the family would like to stay, and what kind of professions that you like to enter. So that's the promise of education, and what happened today is that you are walking into a new life, new chapters called university educations. As we said in the morning, that's something exciting, but can be unsettling for some of us. Together, we call our classroom learning experiences and outside classroom learning, which we think are equally important, the life that we have in the halls and in the sports halls, sports fields, that we call the new undergraduate experience, or NUE. That together, we put together a vibrant cultures besides rigorous study in the classrooms, that to mix challenging learning experiences with exciting life skills learned from outside the classroom. Therefore, we can expect the time that we're going to have in both classroom and outside will be very demanding and intense. Of course, it's always very exciting, but the journey may not be easy when we face the challenge with limited time. So we will always be challenged, stimulated, and tested in many different ways, both in the classroom and outside the classroom. We are very confident that you will come out excellent in the area and field that you choose to do for under Nanyang Engineering. And my colleagues, all the professors, teaching assistants, and our administrative staff, together are here to help you, to support you, with the aim to pursue academic excellence and personal goals, your dreams and our dreams together. Not only the lecturers that in the rooms, tutorials, and labs that we will spend time, we are looking into the environment to have a vibrant, living campus that you should take part in so many different various extracurricular activities on campus, and there are many overseas attachment opportunities that will arise. And many of you, last night when I came back from our SCBE event, about 10:30 when I arrived back on the campus, they were so noisy. Many of you were shaking, jumping under the canopy outside the administration buildings. So that is the life and vibration and energy that we see on campus. In NTU, we look for a complete education that helps critical skills that is not only the book knowledge, but also the creativities, entrepreneurships, interpersonal competitiveness, competence, and ability to cope with uncertainties. All these skills are necessary. They are not necessarily appear on the exam paper that you take, but they will appear around the corner throughout our professional life. That's the new economy full of uncertainty. There are many challenges that we know we'll face, but even more challenges we don't know what we will face. How can you then make the best use of the time, 3 or 4 years study on campus, to derive something from the new undergraduate experience, NUE? So there are 3 little tips that I wish to share with you. One is be open. Second is be responsible for your own life. And the third is be willing to learn. Be open and be receptive to new ideas and knowledges. Make new friends. This is a place all of us get educated, not only the student, but professors who by interacting with students gets educated to learn something new every day. It is a society that we have global setting, multicultural on campus, that we hope together we will pursue academic knowledge, higher level, greater height, together with developing our interpersonal skills, emotional intelligence, that will leave us with sweet memories long after we have left the campus. The time and the journey that we share together on campus with your fellow students, professors, and our colleagues. Be responsible for your own life. It's because undergraduate life is always challenging. There are many courses that we need to do. There are many labs that we need to attend. There are many reports that we need to do. But what's important is we got to acquire independent thinkings. Everything in the classroom can be very hectic. But what's important is among all these exciting events and challenging events that we hope everybody has, both classroom learning and vibrant life outside the classroom. It is absolutely important that we are mindful about time management. To be responsible for your own actions. manage your time properly so that you will do well not only academically, but also in leading a balanced and fulfilling life. Point 3, be willing to learn. Of course, today you came to the new campus, there are different ways of learning different things. There's some you have the foundation, others you do not. But whatever knowledge that we acquire today, they can quickly become obsolete. So if we do not continue to learn, we'll find that the entire environment will be surging ahead of us. So in NTU, in College of Engineering, there's a sign somewhere says LIFE, life, at COE, College of Engineering. I wonder how many of you know what the acronym LIFE stands for. Learning is fun and exciting at College of Engineering. And just a few days ago, we awarded an honorary degree to Professor Linda Darling from Stanford University. And he quoted a very interesting study that was done by 2 professors from University of California at Berkeley in her acceptance speech. This is what he said. According to these 2 professors' study, the point was at the rate at which the new knowledge has been created. So the report says that between 1999 and 2002, 3 years, the amount of knowledge was created within the 3 years is more than all the knowledge that been created before that. So the fact of technical knowledge creation is that we see statistics shows that every 2 years, the knowledge created will be double. So now you are here today, so it's a simple math. When you graduate 4 years from now, it will be 2 times 2. There are 4 times more knowledge to be learned for those of you coming behind you. So there will be one incentive: do not try to stay too long. The rate at which the knowledge being created is tremendous. Learning is fun and exciting, that we should do that. So in summary, I would say the life in NTU is absolutely challenging. In College of Engineering can be even more challenging. We just need to have the correct mindset and attitude, the attitudes to do what we are doing. There are boundaries of our knowledge, but the boundaries are there for us to explore and expand. You're in charge of your own life. You take control of your own time. You decide what your destiny will be. Have your dream, hold on to the dreams, work on it. In 3 to 4 years' time, we'll be here together to celebrate with you when you fulfill what you have set out today to do for the next 3 or 4 years. Before I leave the stage, I've been thinking recently about what's engineering and what are engineers, which we are all engineers in this room, or except some of our guests may not be. So as we were exploring new curriculum, engineering appears to be the science in service to the society. So if that's what engineering is about, then what are the engineers? The engineers of the future obviously have to be connected with the society, because the society is not going to develop any way less technological. Just imagine something. If I may walk through your schools, that what will be the world like without engineers? There are many people who ask that. First, of course, we'll see no computers, the PC on the desk that we turn on every day when you walk in. But what's even more important, I ask a few younger colleagues and students, what will be the first thing that you don't want to lose today? The marvelous engineering product that we all carry in your pocket, your cell phones. I can lose everything but not my cell phones. My whole life is on cell phone, both technologies and informations. So let's ask, the PCs and cell phones, who are the ones that made those? Those are the bright, proud engineers in electrical electronics, in computer engineering. And where are those engineers here? Can you show me? EEE colleagues and students, how many of you in the rooms? Welcome, electrical electronics and computer engineering. And those nice-looking touch and feel cell phones getting smaller, fancy materials, who are the ones that are doing that? They are the smart, bright material engineers. They are very sophisticated chemical engineers. So who are the persons in the rooms who are material engineers for the futures, chemical, biomolecular engineers? And the top two, right? Welcome to the family. We all go to the sports fields, and sometimes we do well, other times we don't. So if we happen to fall down somewhere, if you ever experience breaking a bone, who do you call to fix? In my old traditional way, the bioengineers. Where are you, the bioengineers? You fix both on molecular level, cell level, organs, and bones. Welcome. We all have beautiful homes, comfortable that we have. You came to the university by traveling through the nice roads, the PIE and others. You turn on the water, it comes out clean waters. Who are such great people who provide us with the comforts? They are very civilized culture, civil engineers and environmental engineers. Welcome you. You do come by cars, some by bicycles, others by bikes. Fancy sports cars. Who are the ones that make the things turn and run, manufacturing that? Very sophisticated mechanical engineers. How many of you are here? You may not notice, but through my last 20, 30 years, I know civil engineers make things that don't move, but mechanical engineers make everything move. Some of you came from overseas. Who are the ones that took us to the sky? Aerospace engineers. Part of mechanical aerospace. How many of you are here? We can see them. They are the aerospace engineers. So let me just wrap it up here. I try to see that how are we related to the society, where are our dreams? In engineering, we said sky is a limit, but in engineering, there's no limit. Sky is not a limit. The limit is our imaginations and our dreams. So I always excited at the orientation, freshmen, that to read the sign to your left on the board. What does it say? Ready to fly. So the class of 2013, are you ready to fly? We have 3,000 some people. Class 2013, are you ready to fly? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Penn, for the insightful address and advice for the freshmen. Now, we are really sure that the freshmen will be motivated as soon as they start their embark journey in NTU.
Today, we are very honored to have with us our guest of honor, Mr. Ong Peng Sin. Mr. Ong is the chairman of Infocom Investments Private Limited, as well as an independent board director of Singtel, and a strategic consultant to the IBM company.
Mr. Ong is also a well-known technopreneur who founded Accentuate, a company that provides enterprises digital identity systems. Now, he was also the founder and chairman of NASDAQ-listed company Interwoven Incorporated, which is a leading provider of content infrastructure. Now, for his leadership in Interwoven Incorporated, Mr. Ong was actually awarded the Alumni Award for Distinguished Service by the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign College of Engineering.
So, what are we waiting for, ladies and gentlemen?
Let us welcome Mr. Ong Peng Sin on the stage.
Good afternoon. So a few days ago, someone said, hey, come talk to these freshmen, and maybe you can inspire them a bit. And suddenly, I'm in front of 3,000 people, and being a guest of honor, wow, life is strange. So it took me a bit of time to think about what to say to you guys. I don't want to waste your time, and I especially don't want to stand between you and more fun. So there are a couple of things I wanted to talk about and make sure I communicate. One is why you are all very smart people, right? So you want to hear that. And the second thing is basically just a few pieces of advice I wish people had told me before I started off my undergrad degree. Let me start by telling you a personal story, something I did this year, which was an eye-opener. My father left China in 1924. Right? I'm not that young. And he never went back. So through some coincidence, I hooked up with my family in China and went back there in April this year. So that's after about 85 years. I've never been back there myself. And I met a whole bunch of Ong Peng something, about 34 of them, which was quite a surprise. After many conversations, limping through my not very functional Putonghua Mandarin, I started to realize they were trying to see, after they discovered that I had started other companies in the US, they were trying to get me to open up an office near their area. And then I realized they wanted me to sort of create jobs. And it was very tough because I had to explain to them, look, I can't just hire anyone. I need really sharp engineers and people who understand how to build software. That's my domain. And it was then that I realized how far we've diverged, right? We're the same generation of people. And how my cousins thought of making a living is actually to work hard using your muscles, right? How I think of making a living is actually using your brains, building things. And so you guys are very smart because you actually picked the wave of the future. You are going to be builders of the future, right? So congratulations on that. Let me give you a little bit more evidence of this. How many of you are pretty active in ECAs, have at least, let's say, 2 ECAs in your JC life or in your high school? Oh, sorry, they call them CCAs now. Nobody does anything else besides studying. Wow, there's 2 people that do something else. Okay, maybe 4 now. Okay, so I think the dean said earlier, and the president probably said earlier, make sure when you come here, you don't just study, right? Go explore stuff. And it doesn't stop when you finish your university and you go out to private life, the government still gives you things to do, and I'm more than glad to volunteer for it. Right? There are three things that I do that's relevant to all of you here. One is I chair the Infocom Investment Private Limited Fund. It's a $200 million fund that invests in high-tech startups that situate in Singapore. So this year we'll have about 20 to 30 companies coming and setting up shop in Singapore, providing jobs for you guys. Next year will be more, and in a few years, hopefully it'll be 100 or more a year, right? And that's just one piece, and it's just a few people. I'm also on the board of the NRF, the National Research Foundation. And there we are spending literally billions of dollars doing research for what? Right? Research so that we can take that knowledge that we build up and build companies around it. What kind of companies? Companies that require engineers, right? So the third thing I do is I help out at the ACE, the Action Community for Entrepreneurship, or for entrepreneurs. What do we do there? We encourage people to build companies. What kind of companies? All kinds, but we realize the high value-add companies are the tech companies that require people like yourselves, right? So you guys are very smart people. Congratulations on coming to the College of Engineering here. Now that you're here, and you're going to spend the next 4 years of your life here, or at least 3 if you're going overseas for a year, let me give you a few things to think about as you start to embark on this journey. I think a lot of the points I make have already been echoed by the dean earlier, but I'll make them anyway, just in case it's helpful for you. I have three points. First is very straightforward. Is have fun doing the hard things, right? Don't just have fun. Don't just do hard things. Have fun doing the hard things. It's very important. Frankly, the difference between an A and a B in the outside world is not a whole lot of difference, right? It's what you know. And the people who do the hard things and have fun doing it will have fun doing hard things outside and be very good at what they do, right? So that's one. Number two, let me check. Yes, see, when you're past a certain age, you start to slip on things. This is not good. But make use of your youth and make the time to spend with people. Right? It's very, very interesting that when you go to school, you're all caught up with doing stuff and you forget about people. I did exactly that when I went to school, right, in college. For you who have to ask why spend time with people, right? First of all, I'm sorry that you have to ask that question, but there are actually more useful reasons why. When you start building companies, when you start working in engineering groups, you start to realize your success doesn't depend on just your brains. Yes, part of it does. It depends a little bit on how much you know, how you can apply your knowledge. But a lot of it depends on how well you work with other people. How well you lead, how well you collaborate, how well you brainstorm with other people. Right? So that's one really, really good reason to make sure you get your people act together. Right? Especially those of you who can't get along with anyone and you know who you are, go practice. Right? This is a great chance. The other reason is networking. You never know who sitting in here will be the next president of a significant company or a multi-billionaire waiting to happen in a few years, right? And knowing these people actually helps. You actually can get sales, you can get jobs, you can get a lot of things. So number two, make time to spend with people. The third point I want to make, again, the Dean mentioned it earlier, is if you haven't already started, I think I saw about maybe 5–10% of you put up your hands when he said, how many of you have a dream? Right. If you do not have a dream, now's the time to start figuring out what your dream should be. Right? Take the next 4 years and figure it out. Since you're still diddling around with ideas, you got time to do that. Once you hit the working world, it's all going to be filled with intense pressures to deliver, and you might lose your dream somewhere in there. Especially if you don't have one, you won't be able to follow it. Right? Constantly amazes me when I talk to kids, and kids meaning teenagers maybe, and I ask them a simple question: what do you want to do with your life? Not very many of them actually can give me an answer. They haven't thought about it. But what amazes me more is when I interview folks for jobs, and I ask them, what do you want to do with your life? Amazingly, not many people have thought about it, right? So they're going to live through life bumming around, not figuring what to do, which might be okay if you maybe you figured out that what you want to do is have fun, right? Have fun just bumming around. That's fine. At least you figured it out. But if you haven't figured out that that's what you want to do, then it's a problem, right? And I tell you, time flies very fast, and pretty soon you start forgetting things on stage. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. I hope you guys have a great time here. And I hope you take the time to make sure you're prepared when you leave this place, not afterwards, but in 4 years' time, that you're ready to make a dent, your dent in the universe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ong.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ong. Now, Lucinda, I believe we have a piece of news to share, don't we?
Yes, if you look into your goodie bag, as you already know, you will find a t-shirt. That's your freshman orientation t-shirt. And guess what? The design was the brainchild of someone amongst the engineering student population.
Now, isn't that cool? Now, this winning design was actually chosen from the entries of the t-shirt design competition held earlier this year. Now, there are so many creative and talented people inside Nanyang Engineering.
Definitely. And amongst the entrants, we would like to make special mention of the 4 students who won consolation prizes.
For the first one, Mr. Khim from the School of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering with his design.
Ms. Wong Trina from SCBE with her design.
And for the third one, Mr. Quek from the School of Material Science and Engineering Year 3 with his design. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, they are unable to be with us today.
Hey, I thought you said we had 4.
Yeah, of course, not to forget. Mr. Vu Trong Tien from the School of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering, who won not only 1 but 2 consolation prizes, and he is with us today.
That's great. Can we invite Professor Pen So Chien, Dean, College of Engineering, up to the stage again to give out the prizes for the t-shirt design competition. Professor Pen, please.
May we have Mr. Vu Trong Tien up here to receive his prize.
Thank you, Trong Tien. And now for the winner of the COE T-shirt design competition.
Mr. Nguyen Tien Tong from the School of Electrical and Electronic Engineering.
Congratulations, Tian Tong, and thank you, Professor Pan.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a little bit piece of information to share with you from Mr. Nguyen Tian Tong about the design from his T-shirt. Now, the story of the stars inside the logo means ready to fly, and the pride, the ambition, and desire to be the star. While as for the waves on the T-shirt, it means it relates to the power of engineering, the strength, dynamic ideas. From one root, one main rule, we all diverse the idea in various ways to obtain the target of innovation. Now, whatever the ideas come through, we keep them in the same direction, which is upward. And it also creates the flux of improvement of human beings. So, ladies and gentlemen, one round of applause again for Mr. Nguyen Tian Tong. More good news, ladies and gentlemen. The haversack and the T-shirt come actually with a matching pencil case, and this will be given out at the school orientation.
Wow, so freshmen, make sure you don't miss your school's orientation later.
For the more enterprising freshmen out there, you might already be aware that university education is quite unlike what you have experienced in junior college or either in polytechnic.
That's perfectly true. For starters, you have to plan your own timetable and have many important decisions to make as you go along. All this will affect your academic life.
Doing well in NTU is not just about studying hard, but also studying smart.
For freshmen, understanding the structure of the curriculum is important for you to plan your studies so that you can graduate in time without too many white hairs.
Yes, and I think this is actually the perfect opportunity for us to introduce what will soon become their lifeline in NTU, adventure.
Indeed, learning to navigate adventure and to utilize it to the fullest is essential to your survival as an undergrad.
In NTU, notes are not printed out and distributed to you. Instead, you've got to download them through the Adventure portal.
Which is why we came up with a presentation about life at NTU. I'm sure everyone will have a clearer picture of what studying at NTU is all about.
True, but hold on. We have to remember again that university life is not just about hitting the books. There are so much more things to learn outside the lecture theaters and tutorial rooms.
Oh yes, not forgetting those of you who will be staying in the halls of residence.
Yeah.
Prepare yourself for a unique, once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Correct. Hall life is actually really an unforgettable experience. Lucinda, I still have these fond memories of those late gatherings at night when we catch these midnight suppers and the latest gossips about friends and sorry.
Okay, well, actions speak louder than words. Now let us put our hands together to welcome on stage your NTU seniors who will be telling us what life at NTU is all about.
Hi, are you Melon?
Oh, hi, yes, I am. See, I told you I'm popular. You can call me Melon or Mary. Come on, hey, who are you? Do I know you? Are you a fan of mine?
Oh, so you're popular too? That makes a two